Hey, what is going on everyone? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a new update that's going to be coming soon for Elden Ring Patch 1.09.1, or is it going to be 1.09.2? Honestly, not too sure. If you have watched my previous update videos where I've pretty much notified you guys to let you know that these updates are coming ahead, then you know for sure that I'm telling you guys the truth in this one, because over at SteamDB, if you guys did not know exactly what SteamDB is, allow me to explain here briefly. This site right here is not affiliated with Steam at all, yet it is useful and fantastic for allowing us to look up certain information about games, player counts, and packages, updated files, and whatnot. Now, speaking of updated files, if we check over at SteamDB, it says right here that it was last updated 2 days ago. So if you're new to the channel, you might be looking at that like, what the heck is this, dude? This is not gonna tell us anything about an update or a hotfix coming up. No, that's not true, because if you've watched my previous videos, I've actually predicted these patches and they've came out pretty close to the date. So this means that we are going to be again receiving another update, most likely a hotfix to fix the current issues. If you are unaware of the bugs that are going on, allow me to explain what it is, because there's quite a few issues going on. First and foremost, currently buffs are not being applied correctly towards incantations, for example. Now in this clip right here, you're going to see that the damage is applied correctly. There's nothing really going on here that's too buggy, yet if we go ahead and apply the Ashes of War, specifically Golden Vow, and then we try to use our incantation right after we have applied the buff, what you will notice right away is that there's no damage. None at all. And what's interesting is that it sort of is applying damage, yet at the same time it is not, because some of these spells can actually knock down this boss, even though there's no damage that is applied. So you might be wondering, is this the only item that is buffed? No, that actually is not the case, because if we use something like Contagious Fury, specifically the Jellyfish Shield, you're going to see that when I activate the buff, and then I try to use Catch Flame or O-Flame, you're going to see that no damage is applied. What's going to happen here is that I'm going to try to continuously inflict damage and nothing is working out. And this is the exact same issue with Commander Standard. If we try to use the Rally buff and then try to use the Flame of Frenzy, no damage is applied. And again, if we try it again, no damage. Nothing's being inflicted here. You can tell that, as I've mentioned earlier, that you can knock down these bosses, yet there's really no damage that you can see. Now, another thing to mention here is that I'm pretty sure this is affecting almost all of the frenzy spells or incantations. So if you have been experiencing some issues with your build, just know that this is because of a bug. Now, you might be wondering what incantations have been affected. This is going to be the Bestial and the Frenzies. So when it comes to the Dragon Breath incantations, those are going to be applied correctly, at least from my understanding. I did not do any damage comparison between the two with Golden Vow and the Breath. Yet, for example, right here, we're going to use Rally Standard, and we're going to be using this with an incantation such as the Frenzy. What you guys know is that when I use Frenzy, it does not apply any damage. And yet, when you check out this next clip, you're going to see that the Mist does work. This is the same exact buff that has been applied, and it does not work with certain incantations, as I've just showed you there. Works with the Mist, and it does not work with anything such as the Bestial and as well as Frenzy. You might be wondering, does this work with the Dragon Lightning incantations? I honestly cannot tell you, because I did not do any testing when it came to that. The only incantations that I know currently work is going to be the Dragon Mist or the Dragon Breath spells. If you guys want to help out, let's make a list and I'll pin it at the top of this video, so this way a majority of you will know what's currently working and what's not. I know a lot of you are frustrated with this recent hotfix. A lot of us thought that this was going to fix a majority of the issues that we were experiencing, yet it ended up adding a bit more. So what does this mean currently for your builds? I would suggest that you stick most of your builds to the side for now if it has anything to do with those items that I just listed, such as Contagious Fury, Commander's Standard, and even, what was the other one that we used? Golden Vow on your sword. So if you use the skill or Ashes of War, for that specific incantations that I just listed previously, then you're going to see or experience some issues, and it's just not going to be a fun time. Speaking of fun time, you can actually have a fun time with this recent patch, because if you use the Treespear, use Sacred Order, you can swap to any sword, and it will apply that buff and the same exact glowing effect to the sword. It actually looks pretty unique on the Dark Moon sword, as a variety of different weapons that you can apply this to. This is a current issue, bug, glitch, whatever you want to call it, exploit, that is currently going on right now, and I'm sure a majority of players are using this in their PvP builds, and it's probably annoying a majority of you out here. I can only imagine. I'm not too big into PvP, at least for Elden Ring. I'm sure there's quite a lot of you out there that love to create builds for those specific encounters when someone does invade you. Yet for me, I'm just not a big fan of it. I do enjoy glitches, I do enjoy making builds for PvE, and I won't lie, sometimes PvP if I can, but for the most part, I just don't mess with PvP. So if you're going to use this, try not to use it in PvP, try to use it in something like PvE to at least enjoy it, right? Not to put too much of a downer on everybody else's gaming experiencing, because of course, this is going to annoy quite a few players out there if you do try to use this in PvP. I personally do not recommend it. Most of you ask all the time, is this something that you can be banned for? Is glitches bannable? No, absolutely not. These glitches are not bannable because it does not break TOS, the terms of service. What does is using mods, hacks, cheats, basically the same thing, right? If you're using anything to edit files or edit anything with your save, this is considered tampering, and yes, you will be banned for it. A lot of people are not aware of it, but it is a current issue that is happening. People are currently modding the game and still going in. It's going to happen, right? You can't prevent these things because there's always going to be a workaround, or someone's going to figure out something, and it's frustrating, but again, these things happen. If you're wondering as to when a patch will be available, I can only guess maybe today or coming up in the next week. These patches do take time, and if you guys have watched my previous video, I've even explained this to you. I mean, the recent patch, or the recent hotfix, took about 3.5 weeks before they even released it. So this is going to probably be the same case. It's going to take them time. You guys got to realize they're working on downloadable content, and they're working on the game itself. So these issues are going to happen regardless. So it's not something that I'm personally going to nitpick at. I'm not going to just throw arrows at From Software's knees. I'm not going to do nothing like that, because it just does not seem like the right thing to do. They're working hard, they're providing some great content, and I'm excited to see what comes this year, or maybe even next year, whenever the game is officially released. And last but not least, I do want to include this information because it does have to do with From Software. If you guys are not aware, Armored Core 6 is set to release on August 2023. It's going to be released on August 25th, 2023. This is interesting. If you guys want to check out the information, you can head over towards my Twitter, which is going to be twitter.com/glitch, UNLTD, short for unlimited, so just that's why it's spelt the way. So again, twitter.com/glitch, UNLTD. I'll leave it on the bottom there. So yeah, with that being said, I just want to ask one question, and you guys let me know down below. Are you guys excited for Armored Core 6? And if not, are you excited mainly for Elden Ring DLC? Let me know, and let's talk about it. I'm curious as to if Armored Core 6 is going to be the next game of the year. It would be absolutely amazing for From Software if they can pull off another game of the year. It's just going to be a cool and exciting year to see, and I hope you guys are going to be picking up these games and trying them out. Thank you all for currently watching the video. If you are new to the channel by any means, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about the video, if you have any questions, stuff like that. And with that being said, I appreciate everyone that's currently subscribed and is a member. I will see you all in the next video.